Jeffrey Epstein runs Roblox. Nah, I'm kidding. He doesn't, but it feels that way. It does. Ladies, gentlemen, theys and thems, how we doing? How we feeling? If you ask me, kind of annoyed. All right, a little bit pissed, but a lot of bit pissed. Let's just get straight into it. All right, Roblox, I'm not going to explain what it is. I'm just going to assume you know, because if you don't, why did you click this video? The only information we really need to know is it's marketed towards kids. All right, if you have a little brother, sister, cousin, whatever, 9 out of 10 times you've seen them play Roblox or at least mention it. And that's not a bad thing. All right, kids deserve their own platform. Kids deserve their own game that they can rot their little peanut brain away with instead of rotting it away with the TikTok, I guess. Yeah, Criminal Typhoon. Criminal Typhoon Simulator 3 is better than TikTok scrolling, I think. But apparently the game is littered with PDF files filled to the brim. And people trying to solicit children with the intentions of obtaining illegal media from these kids. And sometimes it can go a step further if they find out that these kids live in their area or maybe state or just close enough to link up. And if you need any proof at all you gotta do is take a look at this channel right here. Schlep. Ever heard of him? It's okay if you didn't, because this is basically a predator catcher, okay? When you think of predator catcher, the first people you probably think of is like Gideon or Skeeter Gene or the guy that caught EDP, forget his name. Now Schlep here, he does something very similar, okay? He does the exact same thing. He tries to catch these predators, but using Roblox rather than the usual apps, I guess like a Tinder or like whatever dating apps. And it's pretty random. But once you hear the guy's story, you realize he basically has a DC Universe lore attached to this channel. Schlep is young and grew up playing Roblox, and he actually interacted with one of these weirdos. And I'm not going to give you the full lore because I encourage you to check the channel out yourself, but due to this terrible experience, he decided to take matters in his own hands since Roblox didn't do shit about it. Again, this platform absolutely littered with terrible people, and the report button isn't doing shit. So what does the community of Roblox do? Well, a group of vigilantes gather together and take matters into their own hands again by documenting their interactions with these creeps and not only making YouTube videos to expose them, but also send any information they can to the police and Roblox. When it comes to the law enforcement, it is proven to work time and time again. I forgot to show you, but a lot of these predator catches, some of them are actually like they link up in real life. The ones featuring Gideon, this guy right here, like the predators actually want to link up with the children in person to then get exposed. Again, just like a regular predator catching video, but instead of using a dating app, they go with Roblox. And our boy Schlep here actually assisted in getting a handful of predators arrested. Pretty good thing. Now you may be asking yourself, okay, great. People are helping combat this issue. Why are you yapping about this, Vizzy? Well, because Roblox themselves, I guess, don't like this. They don't like the vigilantes assisting and catching these predators. And we're gonna dig into why. Now, a few days ago, 2.3 million views. 5 days ago, Schlep uploaded this video. Roblox is threatening to sue me for protecting kids. Now, if you look at this title and thumbnail, you'd imagine it's just fucking clickbait. All right, what is this clickbait dog shit? But no, it's not. This is not a Vizzy channel. There's no clickbait afoot here. This is exactly what it is. Now, only 10 seconds in a video, we get met with this screenshot, which is a cease and desist notice from the Roblox Corporation to Schlep. So I guess Roblox thinks that Schlep is exposing our users to increased risk. He's engaging in simulated child endangerment conversations, sharing personal information on people, and using Roblox to move players onto other platforms. Now, if you watch any of Schlep's videos, you notice, yeah, he does make the predators' faces public, and he does mention what town they're in while doing these videos. I can't speak for you. I don't know you. I don't know who you are. However, I think it's safe to assume if your neighbor is a predator, you would love to know. I would love to know if there's a predator in my town, which you can search up, by the way. You could literally Google predators near me, and there's a list. If you haven't done it, make sure you do. It attaches their faces and everything. You'll be surprised at how many people are around you that are actual creeps. And with that being said, if a predator is caught on a Schlep's channel or any of these predator poachers channels or whatever, I would love to know if there's any in my area to keep any kids in my life away from said person. He's engaging in simulated child endangerment conversations. Dumbass, look at the chat logs. If you actually take the time to read the conversations, as you should if you are in the Roblox team and you're trying to combat the predator issue, I'd imagine you would love to read some evidence, right? Go ahead, take a few seconds out of your day to read it, and you'll notice that the predators are the ones to lead the conversations. And how else are you supposed to catch them? Would you rather him use an actual child so it's not simulated? Or would you rather him help clean up the disgusting streets of Roblox? Let's read the rest of this. Roblox is committed to aggressively combating illegal and harmful conduct, including child exploitation, through a dedicated and sophisticated team of safety professionals, advanced moderation systems, and partnerships with law enforcement agencies. For example, Roblox proactively reports potentially harmful content to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, for short, the NCMEC, the designated reporting entity for the public and electronic services providers regarding suspected child sexual exploitation. Further, Roblox maintains direct communication channels with the NCMEC and agencies like the FBI for immediate escalation of serious threats that we identify. Sure. How about you prove it? And I would love to know where the line is for serious conversations and unserious conversations. But please, Roblox, please show us the sophisticated team. All right, show us how many arrests that have been made, because by the looks of it, it seems like there's not shit going on. Especially in the case of Schlep and other vigilantes in the community, where they hit the report button, send you proof via email and physical mail, containing all the receipts and documents. That should be more than enough information to get said weirdo arrested or in trouble, or at the very least, banned. Maybe IP banned for that matter, which apparently does not happen. If you watch some of Schlep's content, you'll see that he keeps tabs on some of these Roblox accounts that have been vile, and these accounts almost never gets banned, even after the report and documents have been submitted. Now, if there were actual moves being made by this sophisticated team, I feel like it would give the cease and desist at least a little bit of grounds, just a little smidge. But the fact that this team can't even hit a ban button is really telling. It really shows that there isn't that much going on behind closed doors, and if there is, they're working way too slow. Now, you can argue that there are thousands of people getting reported a day, so it takes time for the team to, go through every single report. However, you'd imagine that they'd prioritize people like Schlep and other vigilantes in the community, prioritize his reports, because they're not full of shit. They're reports of terrible people, rather than, oh man, this guy said the F word in this game. Maybe give him direct contact to someone in this team. So, hey man, just so you know, predator caught, give him the boot, send him to the police, whatever you gotta do. They know he exists, so why not give him and other people in the niche some sort of priority when it comes to reporting? Better yet, why not have him on this sophisticated team? Because he's clearly doing a great job. Hire the fucking kid. Now, I did a video on the main channel covering the Roblox punk scene, and as I was documenting that story, I realized how broken the report button really is. If enough people don't like you, all you need is a handful of reports, and no questions asked, that account gets banned. Why is it that easy to get someone banned that literally did nothing wrong, or get their games taken down that there's nothing wrong with, but it's not that easy to boot the predators? Before moving forward, link in description, be sure to join the Discord that's filled with people like you and I who are into cool music and gaming. This Monday coming up, we're going to be doing a community night. We're going to be watching a movie. Come help me decide a movie. Now, back to the serious stuff. After this video came out, it went pretty viral. Right now, it's sitting at 2.3 million views, and you had YouTubers like Charlie help expose the story, and so did the internet's favorite engineer, Budahar. Even Twitter, the cesspool that it is, it took an absolute diarrhea dump on Roblox after this story came out. As a result, you'd imagine that the motherfuckers over at Roblox Corporation would say something along the lines of, you know what, fellas? You're right. My bad, we shouldn't have banned them. Let us lift this ban of Schlep and other vigilantes in the community that they're just trying to do good. They're just trying to help clean up the streets. Let us backpedal and unban them. Which I did forget to mention, okay, Schlep did get IP banned, which means he can no longer access Roblox on any of his devices at home, even if he decided to make a new account. Now, I'm sure he's gonna find some sort of workaround, but obviously he can't say it publicly due to legal reasons. Now, instead of lifting the bans, you know what Roblox, the homies over at Roblox, you know what they decided to do? Double down. They stood 10 toes. They tweeted out, "For transparency, we are sharing more information about our decision to remove vigilantes from Roblox." And notice here, there's a community note by Twitter. Roblox equates vigilantes with predators, a false equivalence. While vigilantes broke TOS, many aim to catch predators. This omits context on why some bypass Roblox reporting, often due to slow or ineffective moderation. When the community notes are on top of you, you know you done fucked up. Now, you can pause whenever you'd like, but to save you some time from reading this abysmal statement, the TLDR is they compare the vigilantes to actual predators for some reason because they disguise as children. It's not like the actual law enforcement does that using decoys or anything, but they basically read off the same shit the cease and desist said towards Schlep, but it came out of their mouth rather than Schlep's. And they explain why they wanted to remove the vigilantes, and that's because of them playing as decoys, having inappropriate conversations with the predators, and again, pushing them off the Roblox platform. Okay, idiot. I can't speak for other vigilantes because I don't even consume this content. I just watched a few of Schlep's videos to understand exactly what he does, and it's always the predators that lead conversation into the sexual direction. The decoys never say anything sexual and keep shit extremely vague. They don't tease the predator and they don't blue ball them, all right? If the predator asks for nudes or something, the decoys always say no. So why are you punishing the vigilantes rather than the predators? They also imply that there's too many people doing the pred catching shit as if that's a problem. Like, holy shit, wouldn't that be a good thing? Don't you think if a lot of people hop on the catching predators train, it'd make these weirdos think twice? And lastly, pushing people off the Roblox platform. These motherfuckers are worried about losing a handful of users that day. Oh no, the predators are conversing through Discord and damaging the total numbers of users on Roblox. We can't let this happen. To be fair, maybe they want to keep the conversations on Roblox so they themselves have the chat logs, but it doesn't really read that way. And they continue the statement by saying how many reports they typically get daily, so it's tough to actually do something about this specific problem. Which again, if that's the case, shouldn't you be praising the people that are assisting in taking not only shit off of your plate, but the absolute worst shit on your plate? And they do mention how it's actually done behind the scenes and they work with law enforcement and other agencies to try to combat this issue. They're basically saying, listen, I know it may not seem like we care or do much about this, but we actually do a lot and it's in private. They also mention that the vigilantes' timing with these reports on predators are insincere in a way because they don't file the reports until after they meet up with the predators and basically build enough content for these videos. If true, yeah, that's pretty questionable because that'd mean they're prioritizing the content over actually getting these creeps in trouble. But there's no true way for us to know how accurate that claim is. And regardless, the ultimate issue is Roblox is trying to get rid of people that we actually need. And whatever's happening behind closed doors, if we decide to take what they say at face value, it's a great thing. But in reality, it's just not enough. If we have these vigilantes aiding in a way where millions of people see the predators getting exposed, like deadass, look at the fucking numbers. 2.3 million views, 1.3, 2.9, 1.4, 2.8. I'd imagine that this would have the predators think twice if they actually want to act on this disgusting urge or not. Removing the good people that's cleaning up the streets is actually the dumbest thing you can do. And it really looks insane, especially in combination of a new feature that Roblox is trying to add on their platform, which is a dating section, which off the bat, weird as fuck because again, this is a platform marketed towards kids. But what makes it even weirder is you don't have to be 18 to use this service. You can be 17. It is a 17 plus dating site. And you smell that, fellas? It's smelling a little fucking fishy to me. Now, excuse me for putting on my tinfoil hat for a second. If the predator problem in Roblox is bad, and they're removing the people that are trying to combat the issue, and they're planning a 17 plus dating service, you can't tell me this isn't giving Epstein. You can't say that these moves are extremely fucking weird. Now, I almost forgot to mention they close off the statement by giving us a little tutorial here on how to report players. Gee, thank you. My hopes are the bans get lifted and Roblox come to their senses and realize how dumb of an idea it was to ban them in the first place. But I do have a second hope, and that second hope is the dating service is actually some sort of bait to catch the weirdos. Because I'm gonna be honest, if one of my friends told me, hey man, I'm trying out the Roblox dating site, they are no longer my friends. They are no longer my homies. I am blocking them. There's countless of other dating apps you can use, all right? You got Tinder, you got Bumble, you got Plenty of Fish or whatever. Why use a service, a dating platform that's on a site that's meant for kids? I don't know, man. That just screams weirdo to me. Tell me your thoughts on this entire thing. Are you going to use the Roblox dating service? If so, do me a favor and unsubscribe. But for those of you that have a working brain, like, sub, and click right here to watch that video I mentioned earlier, where I basically documented the Roblox punk scene. It's an insane story.